Hello, this is Tracy, and I am going to create, or I am creating this quick video about the love bug craft that we made for Valentine's Day this year. My little boy's in second grade, and they exchanged Valentines, and we just did this today, even though we've known Valentine's Day was coming. But I tend to do things at the last minute, so I usually need things that are quick and easy, and this was right up my alley. I actually found this last year and I printed it off and can't find it, so I kind of had to start over today, and I was able to pull this off in about an hour and a half, so I am pretty proud of it. So we're going to start with the supplies. You need cardstock paper, and I always buy the cardstock paper that has multiple colors, so no matter what the occasion, I usually have the color I need. Candy, I chose candy that matches the theme of the craft. The trolley sour bright crawlers were perfect for what we were doing. You need scissors to cut out the um, the cardstock paper once you create the backing for the candy. You need staples or glue to attach the candy to the paper. I chose staples because my little boy is really rough. So I figured if we use glue, by the time he got to school, some of the candy would be no longer attached to the paper. And of course, you need a computer and a printer. I'm just going to briefly go over the steps before I switch out of this to Google and Word. The first thing is to create or download a template. I'm going to show in a second that when you search the internet, you find lots of different ideas for Valentine's Day gift exchanges at school or candy exchanges at school. You edit the text and graphics if you need to. Usually the printables are PDF, so you can't edit it unless you have Acrobat. Um, I created this in Word because it was just faster for me to do it that way versus trying to find a printable I trusted to download on my computer. And then you print it out, you cut it out, and you assemble, which was pretty easy. So I'm going to escape out of this and I'm going to go to Google and show you that if you search for Love Bug Valentine, if you pretty much search for whatever you want to do and put Valentine after it, you're going to come up with a lot of different results. I did an image search because it helps um, give me a visual of what I'm looking for. So you can see that these are a lot of good ideas. Originally, we did plan to use bugs, but then my little boy decided that nobody wants plastic bugs. They want candy. So I went and found some candy. Thank you, Target. I was able to go and pick it up today, which was perfect. And I kind of just went through all of these and just gathered some ideas from here and there. Um, so I went to Word and I just created a document, a regular document. You go to page layout. The first thing you do is set the orientation to landscape. At first, I thought I could do 4 per page, but really I can only do 2 per page because of the size of the bags. And you have to print out some test uh, pages so you can make sure that it's sized properly where you, when you attach the candy, it looks the way it's supposed to look and it's not covering up anything important. So I did that and then I went to insert and I have Office 2013. So it's online pictures. If you have an older version, it's going to be clip art. So I search clip art. So, and then you can just look at what they have. I liked the first one that came up. And you also have to look at the size because a lot of these are really tiny. So of course, when you try to make them bigger, they're going to look rather stretched out, which means you're going to have to spend some time editing. So I kind of went with this one because it was a good size and you really don't have to do too much to it. It's already the perfect size, um, pretty much. So this is the second part. We've already inserted the jar and I went ahead and inserted a text box. And you have to format your graphics so that you can actually put things over them. If you don't, when you insert other things, then it just kind of shifts the graphics all over the paper since they can't technically be on top of each other. So I found that using um, behind text kind of works for this activity. So I inserted a text box, and now I'm going to change the font. And this is really, you can play around with this and just use whatever you want. I am just going to pick something quick. And then I saw this saying while I was going through the pictures, and I thought it was just too cute. It's bugs and kisses. And I figured since we were giving them a pack of gummy worms, that bugs and kisses would work. So you make this bigger since the printout is going to be very big. And you just adjust the text box. You can also rotate the text so that it points a different way. Um, you can have your child write their name on each one, or I just actually put a text box at the bottom, insert another text box at the bottom, and you can just move it down there. It's no big deal. They just kind of go in there where they want to go. You can also draw a text box, but this is just easier for me right now. So you just insert one at the bottom, delete what's in there, write your child's name, and you can put from Caden, you can put from Noah, or whoever, or whatever your child's name is at the bottom. And you can just align it somewhat in the middle. Um, with the text box, you have to make sure also that you use format shape to remove the fill and also the line so that they're invisible when you print. You don't see an extra line in the middle of your jar. All right, there we go. We're in shape options. No fill, no line. There we go. So, and then this spot, of course, is where your candy's gonna go. And since the theme is bugs and kisses, you can also use maybe a small pack of Hershey's Kisses, maybe glue a few onto the front. You don't have to use bugs. So right now we're going to insert a heart. Go back to online pictures, and we're going to find one that is not humongous. Resize it. You have to be careful with these because um, depending on how you format them, once you put them inside the jar, they're hard to select again. So this one, I think we used through. Yep, there we go. And we can put it right next to that. You can also make a copy, Control C, and paste it. And then what you can do is you can make this one even smaller and move it down here in front of the child's name. And there you have it. So that is what it would look like. Of course, now you would have to select this all together. And then copy and paste so you have a duplicate um, right next to it. And once you have it all lined up, you can go ahead and print it out and on your cardstock paper, and I will show you what the finished product looks like. This is what ours looked like when we were done. So we used red and pink paper and it came out great. It was about an hour and a half of effort, and I could not be more pleased with how quick and easy this was. Thank you for watching.